Aside, dude. My name is Moshi, and today we're gonna talk about boring shit videographers have to buy. 1. Storage. An item no one's really excited about. Like, no one comes home with this and be like, wow, I got storage, this is cool. These things are very pricey and they add up. So you need multiple of them. The reason why you need multiple ones is because you need a backup for the backup and a backup for backing up that one. You just need to back up all your footage immediately. I suggest this right when you get home, so don't prolong it because your footage could get corrupt and that will be such a nightmare and you'll lose all your footage. Especially if you got like a big gig, like a wedding, it's game over for you. Like there's no way to kind of recover that. And storage can be pretty expensive. Like a 2 terabyte will run me about $100 plus. And I've seen some that go up to like $5,000 for a whole NAS unit, and it's just insane that you'll spend that much money. Like you can buy a new camera with that or 2, and instead you're buying storage, but it's a total necessity, especially you want to keep your old footage around. I had the habit of deleting all my footage, and immediately after I was done shooting, and then my friend would tell me like, are you freaking kidding me? Why are you deleting your footage? You need it for your reel. I was like, my reel? I was like, what is that? I don't need that. Yes, you need it for your reel to get new jobs coming in. So it's a total necessity. So storage, not fun to buy, but you definitely need it. 2, grips. So you got all these lights. You're like, oh, sick. I got all these lights set up. I look very all cinematic. Spent like 900 plus. Well, how are you gonna hang those now? You need light stands. And those light stands can be like from 50 to like 100 plus. And then you need diffusion for the lights. So you need to buy C-stands, or if you wanna hang the lights on a certain angle, you're gonna need a C-stand. So that's gonna run you about 160 plus. So it's not exciting because then it adds up and you're essentially paying for a chunk of metal that holds up your lights. And if you have a key light, a kicker light, and some fill light in the back, it adds up. Lastly, you want to invest in a good light stand that can hold the capacity of your lights, because they're true story. Friend went a cheap route, bought like a very flimsy light stand, and we spent like what, $50 on it. And then we set up the light on top with the heavy softbox. The light stand was just tilting this way. It looked like it was about to snap. You don't want that to happen. You want a nice sturdy light stand that's gonna really hold it down. So light stands, very boring to buy. It's just a chunk of metal, but you need it for lights. I only spent, oh damn, she is hot. 3. Last one, tripods. That is a totally must you need. Photographers need it if you want to take long exposure. Videographers need it if you're doing interview settings, especially if it's over like 90 minutes. You don't want to be like sitting there with the camera. You want something to be consistent and still. And you need to invest in a great tripod, because if you have a very expensive camera, you don't want a flimsy tripod. I've seen like stories where the camera would just tip over, shatter the entire glass. That is something that you do not want. So if you have an expensive camera, you better be spending a lot on your tripod. It's not very exciting once you get it. You're like, it's not something like a camera where you're just like excited about it, but it's totally necessary. You totally need it. And I've seen tripods run up to like freaking $5 grand. That's insane. I personally wouldn't spend that much unless like I'm dealing with like a red camera, then yeah. But right now my tripod's like about $300. But please invest into a right tripod, because you don't want something flimsy and so someone can just knock over easily, because that will happen. Some people in wedding situations, they're getting all tipsy, like ha ha ha. So tripods, you need them. Go get them. Get a nice one. So that concludes the 3 top boring stuff that videographers and photographers have to buy. Stay tuned for my upcoming videos. They're going to be different. It's pretty much like BTS work of my current shoots that I'm doing right now. It's just more like abstract thinking. So stay tuned. Peace. What the fuck was the line again? Storage. What was my first talking point? I totally forgot. Storage. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm not.